You just lost your steady paycheck and now you need to set a price for your work. How much do you even charge? This question paralyzes so many smart professionals just like you. It feels impossible to put a number on your value when you have only ever had a salary, but it is not impossible, and you can absolutely do this. Stepping into freelancing after years on salary feels like a huge leap, especially when it comes to money. Your brain just defaults to your old hourly wage, but that is a trap. First, let us get a baseline. A simple, rough calculation to start with is to take your annual salary and divide it by 1,000. So, if you made $60,000 a year, your initial hourly baseline would be $60 an hour. This provides a mental starting point, but it is just that, a starting point. It does not account for all the hidden costs and unique advantages of freelance work, which we will uncover together. For instance, if you were making $75,000, your baseline would be $75 an hour. This number will likely feel high to you at first, but remember, we are just beginning our exploration of true value. Do not let your past salary anchor your future earning potential too tightly. We are building a new understanding of your worth outside a traditional employment structure. This is a very common starting point for many general, administrative, or organizational skills. It will allow you to quickly see a potential new income number. If this is already helping you, do me a quick favor and tap that like button. It really does help. The biggest misconception new freelancers have is thinking their hourly rate should match their old employee rate. As a freelancer, you lose all the benefits your employer used to cover, and that is a significant cost. Think about health insurance premiums, paid time off for vacations or sick days, and retirement contributions like a 401k match. These are all things you now have to pay for yourself directly out of your new freelance income. You are essentially taking on the role of both employee and employer, absorbing those costs yourself. For example, if your health insurance alone cost your old company $500 a month, that is $6,000 a year you now need to factor into your rates. If you want 2 weeks of vacation, you must earn enough to cover those non-working days. An employer paying $60,000 a year for an employee actually spends closer to $75,000 to $80,000 when benefits are included. You need to earn that difference back. A $60 an hour baseline suddenly feels a bit too low once you add these benefit costs. Beyond benefits, there are other crucial differences in how a freelancer's time and money work. You will have unbillable hours, meaning time spent on things like marketing yourself, administrative tasks, invoicing, and client communication that clients do not directly pay for. Plus, you have overhead expenses like your internet, computer, software subscriptions, and even coffee. Your old job paid for all of that. Most critically, you do not have guaranteed hours. Some months might be boom times, others might be lean. So your rate needs to carry you through the dips. For example, if you spend 10 hours a week on unbillable tasks and 5 hours on marketing, that is 15 hours a week you are not earning directly. If your rate is $70 an hour, those lost 15 hours represent $50 a week you need to make up in your billable rate. This is why many experienced virtual assistants, offering skills like email management and calendar organization, charge anywhere from $50 to $85 an hour. Understanding these unseen costs, their client meetings alone can take an hour and are rarely billable. You are not just selling time. You are selling a solution and covering your own operational costs. One of the most tempting traps for new freelancers is thinking, I will just start low to get clients, then raise my rates later. Please do not fall for this. Starting low immediately signals to clients that your work is cheap, making it incredibly difficult to raise your rates without losing them. You train clients to expect a certain price point from you, and they will resist paying more once they are used to the bargain. Imagine telling a client you have been working with for months at $45 an hour that you now need $75. They will likely go find someone else. It is far better to start at a confident, fair rate and perhaps offer a small new client discount if absolutely necessary, clearly stating it is temporary. For instance, charging $65 an hour from the start, rather than $40, sets a professional tone. Then you can say, for new clients, I am offering my standard $75 rate at $65 for the first project. Sakare. This approach positions you as a professional with a set value, not a desperate bargain hunter. It is much easier to give a discount than to try and increase your value later on. Your everyday competence skills, the ones you took for granted, are highly sellable in the freelance market. These include organizing chaos, writing clear emails, managing projects, creating spreadsheets, and calming client situations. The key is finding out what specific market rates exist for these talents. Start by looking at freelance marketplaces like Upwork or Fiverr, but with a critical eye. Filter by experienced professionals, not just the cheapest options. Look at what people with similar experience and skill sets are charging for services like virtual project coordination or administrative support. Also, check LinkedIn for freelance project manager or consultant roles and note any posted rates or general salary expectations. Even a simple Google search for hourly rate for freelance administrative assistant will give you a range. For example, a skilled project coordinator with 15 years of experience often commands $75 to $125 an hour. A general virtual assistant with solid organization and communication skills can range from $45 to $85 an hour. Gather several data points, look for patterns, and average them to find a realistic range for your specific offering. This research empowers you to name a number with confidence. Clients do not just want your hours, they want solutions to their problems. Frame your rate around the value you provide, not just the time you spend. This is a subtle but powerful shift in perspective. Instead of saying, "I charge $60 an hour," try, "I deliver streamlined project workflows that save you 10 hours a week, and my project rate for that is $2,000. This approach makes you a partner in solving their challenges, not just a pair of hands. For instance, if you are great at organizing digital files and creating efficient systems, you could offer a digital organization overhaul package for a flat fee. This could be a $1,500 package, even if you estimate it will only take you 15 hours. The client pays for the result, the peace of mind, and the increased efficiency, not your hourly input. By focusing on outcomes, you differentiate yourself from the race to the bottom on hourly rates. This strategy allows you to earn more as you become more efficient, rather than being penalized for speed. When it comes time to state your rate, confidence is key. Practice saying it out loud until it feels natural. Avoid apologies or hesitation. Remember, you have done your research, you understand your value, and your rate is fair. When a client asks, "What do you charge?" a good script is, "My standard hourly rate is your rate dollars an hour." If they push back, you can say, "I have carefully considered my experience, the value I bring, and the market rates for similar services, and this is what I charge." C8. For example, if your researched rate is $70 an hour, simply state, "My standard hourly rate is $70 an hour." Pause and let them respond. If a client questions your rate, it is often a negotiation tactic, not a personal insult. Another option is, "For a project like this, my typical fee would be $1,200. If they seem hesitant, you can follow up with, "I'm happy to break down the scope of work for that fee so you can see exactly what is included." Do not immediately drop your price. Your confidence will speak volumes about your professionalism and the quality of your work. This is a business transaction, and you are a professional service provider. While starting with an hourly rate can be helpful, your goal should be to move towards project-based fees as quickly as possible. Hourly rates can sometimes put you in a position where clients micromanage your time, or you are penalized for being efficient. Project fees, on the other hand, reward your experience and efficiency. For example, instead of charging $80 an hour for organizing a client's CRM, you could offer a CRM cleanup and optimization package for $1,500. This gives the client a clear, fixed cost and allows you to work at your own pace. You know what needs to be done, you set the scope, and you deliver the outcome. Many experienced freelance operations managers or virtual executive assistants start with an hourly rate of $75 to $125, then transition to monthly retainer packages or project fees ranging from $1,500 to $5,000 for specific deliverables. This means you quote a flat fee for the entire job, regardless of how many hours it takes you. This shift means you are truly selling solutions and outcomes rather than just blocks of time, which ultimately earns you more money and gives you more control. Think about the specific deliverables you can offer. This also helps you avoid the dreaded client who tries to nickel and dime your hours. You absolutely have valuable, sellable skills right now, and you deserve to be paid fairly for them. Understanding how to price your services confidently is your first step to building a truly flexible, rewarding freelance career. To find out exactly what skills you have and what they are truly worth in today's market, check out the free AI skills interview at freelancefit.ai. Here is your next step. Go to freelancefit.ai.com and get your free skills report.